Tip number one, hustle, 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 man. It's time to hustle. When I say it's time to hustle, man, this is number one because I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. Get ready to work long hours. Hold on, let me take the glasses off and look at the camera. Get ready to work long hours. Yep, I said it, man. Long hours, man. This is important. This is very important because it's good to work long hours because a lot of you never worked over 40 hours a week. So it's time to really turn up your game, man. A lot of y'all talk about that y'all want to be successful, that y'all plan to start a business and do all these things, but you can't even work 60 hours? How do you plan on growing a business, starting a business, becoming successful? You only want to work it. I'm gonna say less than 40 hours because if I gave y'all the opportunity, like, oh yeah, 40 hours, or how much do you make in 40 hours? That's what so many people over the years have said to me. It's like, this whole notion of working 40 hours is asinine, man. So if you do this, especially if you're doing it full time, get ready to work longer hours and it'll be good for you. And the reason why it'll be good for you is because you have to push yourself. You have to test yourself. You have to know your limits, what you're good at, what you're struggling at, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do. All of this is very important to your mindset and to your success. So get ready, man. Some people be like, oh, well, if I drive that much, it's like that's all I'm doing. I won't have a life. And let me explain that to you, man. What do you mean you won't have a life? You definitely will have a life. I mean, your life is you dedicating yourself to become successful, right? Or wrong, or maybe it's not. I mean, I don't know. But that's just how I rolls. Like, I never felt like, oh, this is all I do, or it's just driving, because I always had a plan. I always had a vision for this moment right here, me making content, sharing it with you guys, answering questions, helping out people. You know, this is my life, me dedicating it to be successful. So even passengers tell me, well, like, you work a lot, so when do you have time for fun? Or like, what do you do to like relax or mental health? Man, garbage, man, fucking garbage. If you need a mental health day, go do something else, man. Go work at a grocery store or a bakery or something and eat some sweets and please the inner fat kid, but I don't need all that, man. So like I said, I never felt like, oh, this is all I do, I have no life. No, this is my life, being successful. And you need to get to that point. So if you don't know why you're driving outside of just money, I think you need to really start to think about those type of reasons. Like, why are you out here, man? Why are you hustling? What are you trying to do with it? Like, why are you working 60, 70, 80 hours a week, man? Not just for the money, but what do you plan on getting out of it? You need to be able to answer that question. So hustle, man, turn it up. Number 2 tip to help you make $2,000 or more in a week, man. I would say write down a weekly checklist. A weekly checklist really helps, man. And some people are like, well, what does that have to do with driving Uber and Lyft? Like, it has a lot more than you think as far as staying disciplined, staying focused on, you know, achieving goals and knocking off things on your checklist, man. It's good for your mindset. I made a checklist for myself what I wanted to do this week. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on. I had 8 things on there. Let's see. So every day, well, on Sundays, you know, make your checklist. I'll say at least 5 to like 7 things. You know, don't try to overcomplicate it by having 15, 20 things. Then you're going to really overwhelm and stress yourself out. But I'll say at least a solid 5 to 7 things. You could put maybe wake up earlier and have like definite times. Don't be like wake up earlier. Like wake up 4 a.m. or 4:30 a.m. or whatever time you set out for yourself. Make $2,000. Do X, Y, and Z. You know, whatever it is that you want to achieve, have that so you can have it in the back of your head. So every time you wake up, you have something that you're striving for. And at the end of the week, you can hit the checklist, man. Because if you make $2,000, you're like, okay, now you have to do it because you already wrote it down. So it's like, now you have to prove to yourself shit, that you can do it over and over again. Sometimes, even if you fall short, it's not a big deal. You know, put it back on your checklist. That should always be on your checklist every week. Try to make $2,000, man. And if you don't, I mean, you don't have to. But, I mean, if you want to be good or if you want to be great, you know, if you want to be one of the best drivers out there, you know, start there, man. Start trying to make $2,000. That checklist will help. It will keep you on track. And it'll keep you, you know, more scheduled and more organized, I should say, that you could, and these type of behaviors will carry on outside of driving Uber and Lyft. Number 3, man. This, you could put this on the checklist. I didn't want to put it in number 2 because I didn't want to get it mixed up. But I would highly recommend spending an hour a day on things that you really want to pursue, that you could, you know, become like the next hustle or full-time gig for you. Because I think that's why a lot of people, you know, sign up to do rideshare, Uber, or Lyft, because one, they wanted freedom or autonomy with their schedule, and they wanted to make more money than they were making at their other job. And also they wanted to give themselves the flexibility to pursue something that they truly passionate about. So I know you out here grinding, you know, working crazy hours, working more than you were at your normal job, but make sure you find at least 1 hour a day to, you know, pursue your passions, like your purpose, whatever you want to call it, man. And I think this is very key because when I first started driving, I didn't know what my purpose was. I was just driving, making money, having a good time. So I wasted a lot of time, you know, not really having, you know, long-term goals until maybe like a year and a half. And I was trying to find, okay, what I want to do long-term. Now I'm driving, this is cool and all, but I know eventually this is not gonna last. So what do I want to pursue long-term? And once I really found out and was honest with myself that I wanted to make YouTube videos and do this, you know, I just really started hitting it hard. Like spend an hour a day writing down notes, writing down episode ideas. You know, that's all it pretty much became my obsession. So think of something that you have knowledge in that you could potentially monetize, and you know, it can become an obsession. Or maybe you already have that obsession. Ask yourself, are you spending at least an hour a day, you know, to put it in motion and take action on it? Or are you just driving and not doing anything else, coming home, eating popcorn, you know, watching Vampire Diaries or some weird shit? So yeah, take the time to really, you know, spend on that, man, because it's going to help you in the long run. Because people be like, oh, you know, Uber's not a real job, it's not going to last long. That's fine, but you know, you already preparing for your future. So, and that'll help your confidence build, you know, because if you driving, making money, supporting yourself, and you know, paying the bills, maybe got a couple little dollars that you could throw into your purpose as far as like investing in yourself, you know, you'll be just fine. Your confidence will continue to build, man. Trust me. So 1 hour a day, that's all it takes. 1 hour. You can find an hour a day, man. And you don't even have to even do it on the weekends. So shout out to you if you do take that hour, because most people who work in a 9 to 5 don't even do that. They just work, come home, next you know they watching Netflix. Saying, hey, did you watch the Game of Thrones? What about what's that fucking show? The Stranger Things. Shut up. No, I got real stuff to do. Do you want to be a consumer or do you want to create? Do you want to watch somebody else get rich and make a handsome living, or do you want that to be you? So the choice is yours, man. Like really understand and realize how much time you are spending wasted. So be conscious of that. So find that 1 hour, ladies and gentlemen. Number 4, you can kind of put that in the hustling, but I made it number 4, man. Waking up earlier, man. I think waking up early really helps you. Like, trust me, you may be tired, but you'll get used to it. Tuesday morning, 5:30 a.m. is the current time. Wednesday, 5:03 a.m. is the current time on April 20th. Let's get it. Friday morning, April 22nd, 5:01 a.m. is the current time. Let's get it. I mean, you actually gonna be tired anyway, so you might just get used to it. So, but waking up early, and the reason why I say waking up early is because I truly think it's better for your psychology. A lot of people may say, oh, if you start early, they always talk about the airport runs and all this. Like, man, it's not even about the airport runs. Fuck the airport runs. You can get airport runs any time of the day, honestly. Yeah, you have a higher chance of going in the morning, but beyond the airport trips, waking up early good for your psyche because it's like you being competitive. You waking up early than your competition. Even though you're truly your competition, but you know, it's just that feeling like, I'm up, y'all up, the other drivers out here sleep, You know, then we pick people up, you been out at all night? No, I'm just getting started. Like, oh man, it's early. Like, I know. Early bird gets the first worm. So yeah, like I was saying, it's good for your psychology because if you start early, let's say you wake up at 4, you start like at 5:30. You know, by the time you put 6 hours in, it's 11:30. And most people, if they work at 8 or 9, they only been there 3, maybe 2 hours, and you got half of your day done. So you still want to give yourself that window or time period to work out later on and still pursue, you know, your purpose and your hobbies, man. That's what that's what waking up early will help you do, man. I mean, yeah, you may get tired, but even if you wake up early, you could get 4 or 5 hours in, you know, take a breakfast, maybe take a little quick nap, and you can still be done like around 5, 6 p.m. Maybe get a little quick workout, take that hour, and you'll be done. Compared to if you starting or waking up at 8 or 9, then once you out there, it will feel like your day is a lot longer than what it truly is. And I think that's when people truly feel like that's all they do is drive. Because trust me, like I've been there, I've done it, I'm like, damn, man, it's late and I gotta be out here, you know, starting at 9 a.m. and I'm probably gonna be out here till like 8, 9 p.m. And it really seems like your whole day is gone. So wake the hell up and get out there, man. You know, so thing that you could do is move your cell phone. Don't put it under your pillow, don't put it next to you. Actually put it somewhere that's kind of far, that requires you to get up to turn it off. Because if you have it close, snooze, back to sleep, and you screwed up your morning. So, and if you have to, man, set 2, 3 alarms, you know, just to double check and double, you know, make sure that you really up and get out there and get this money, man. So wake up. And the last tip is believe that you can do it, man. I know y'all, some people probably hear all these tips and they'll be like, oh, well, that's a lot, or he cap, or some negative to say, but man, look, fuck all that. Take that shit out your head and believe that you are capable of doing it, that you can hustle, that you can work 50, 60, 70 hours, you know, that you can become the best, that you can do better. You have to believe it, man. And only way that you could truly believe it is, one, watch my content, of course. But no, all serious. Only way you can believe it is taking action, trying, you know, being open-minded and just trying it. Not try it, do it. Fuck trying, do it. Be open-minded, do the tips, man. Wake up, be ready to hustle, just embrace it. Then over time, you know, as you start to get better at it, you know, you waking up early, you out here grinding 60 plus hours, you made $2,000 your first time, then your confidence will start going up slowly but surely. And that's how it rolls, like a snowball effect, man. Then your belief will become stronger and stronger. Because if you could, let's say you drive 60, 70, 80 hours and you made $2,000, which is more than likely the most that you have ever made in 1 week, you think your confidence gonna be low, or you think it's gonna be up here? Trust me, your confidence will be up here after you have done this for the first time. You're gonna be like, holy shit. And it's gonna do something to your psyche. You're like, damn, okay, I could do this. Like, I'm capable of much more than what I really realized and what I really thought. And you know, that's why this whole thing is about hustling, man. That is why it's about hustling, because it's really a hustle. It's you versus you every single day. One day you may lose the battle, but next week, you know, you win the battle, but it's an ongoing battle. The war is not over until you get the result you want. Otherwise, it's just certain battles, man. And you just can't give up. You got to keep fighting, man. Things gonna get hard, adversity gonna happen, but you keep fighting. And when I say keep fighting, I just always driving, but taking your time, that you actually learning new things, that you actually becoming competent, that you actually networking and talking to other people, talking to passengers, learning new things, and constantly growing. That's what it's about. You can't stay stagnant as far as just driving, sitting in the car doing nothing. It's not gonna work, man. So believe that you're capable, believe that you can do this. I got goals, I got shows, making money, baby. I'm a pro. I'm beaming, aka Speedman, number 13.